Are safe and all are doing great at your homes. Welcome back to my channel Young Tutor, and yet I'm here again with another video. So in our today's lecture we're going to cover the chapter The Road Not Taken. So we have to understand this chapter really carefully. We have to make analysis about this chapter because this chapter can actually talk about two things. It can talk about the general meaning, and then it can talk about the deep meaning. So we are going to do both wise, because in our examination the questions can be asked either for the literal meaning or for the deeper meaning as well, or both of them. So we're going to prepare for that. So I also take out your book, so you can just look at my screens or just listen to me. So the chapter is The Road Not Taken. This is the well-known poem. This well-known poem is about making choices. So first, before we are starting out this chapter, you should know that this chapter is basically about making choices in our lives and the choices that shape us. Robert Frost is an American poet that writes simply but insightfully about common, ordinary experiences. So before I move further with this chapter, we all should know about the writer a bit. So the writer or the writer of the poem is Robert Frost. So Robert Frost, as we can see, is an American poet. And what are they basically trying to explain us? That Robert Frost is a poet, which is a very well-known American poet. He writes simply about the normal things. He writes about the normal things which we see, the roads. See, the road is a very normal thing which we see, almost every day in our lives. For example, every normal thing which you see, he takes those normal words, he takes those ordinary experiences, but he try to make us go a lot much deeper in those topics. So that is his speciality. And this two lines of the starting is giving us a bit brief about what is this whole poem about. So this whole poem is basically telling us about making choices in our lives, how we make choices every day, how we come across two roads, two paths, and what all direction it can lead to. Okay, so let's start. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. I'm sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So the first line says that what we can make out here is what we can make out here is that the poet is standing in a yellow wood, or you can say yellow forest. Okay, he is standing in a yellow forest, and what he can see is that there are two roads in front of him, that there are two lanes, and he has to choose one lane between the both roads, or between the both lane. And as we know that that there was only one traveler, and a person can only go to one road first. One person can't travel both roads at the same time. So because he was standing in a yellow forest, maybe it was the time of spring, and he is saying that because he was one traveler, he saw that there were two roads and he was one traveler, and he stood there long as he could, and he looked down the lane. He tried to look down so that he would get some hints, that which road is more perfect, or which road is more likely to be trusted on to walk on. Okay, to where it bent in the undergrowth, that where the two roads were actually leading. So he was, for example, standing here and there were two roads leading to him. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for the passing there had worn them really about the same. So they are saying that then he took the other road. So there were two roads. So one road seemed very much walked on, very much chopped, and it was very much worn out, and the other road seemed quite fresh because it was grassy and it was not quite weared out. And he thought that yes, I would walk on this road. He chose a path which was less walked on, or which was less used. But as he was passing through that road, what he saw was that basically both the roads seem to be equal. They are having the same things. Earlier it might look a bit challenging, or earlier it might look a bit normal or easy, but later as we go deep inside the roads, both the roads seem to be equally worn out, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come. So now he's saying, we are talking about the same thing that he said, that he saw that both the roads were actually equally worn out, equally torn out, and there were no leaves on the step. And he thought that yes, I would keep the other road for another day. But as we know that if we are taking one decision, we cannot undo our situation, or we cannot undo our decision. Yes, we cannot undo our decision. We don't have any time machine so that we can go and we can change our decisions. So that's why he also knew that yes, I can only travel on one road and I cannot go back again and go on the other road. And then on his way he was doubting whether I chose the right way or the right path to come. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took that one less travelled by, and that has made the all difference, by Robert Frost. So now he's saying that after many ages, after many years, maybe more fourth years after, when he would have grandchildren, or when he would just lay quietly at his couch, going into a nostalgia, talking about the things in the past, where he would just take a sigh of momentary lapse, like he would be very very relaxed, and then he would repeat this to himself, that once there were two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the less traveled by, and that has made the whole difference. So this was the literal meaning of this poem. Now what is the actual meaning of this poem is what we need to understand here. So again, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So now we are going to understand the actual meaning, the deeper meaning. So over here, the yellow road. So the two roads diverged are the decisions, are the choices which we have. And this yellow wood is basically the world in which the people are full, a crowded world. So we are saying that once he was in a crowded world. He was in the place where people live, and he had two choices in front of him. Because he was one person, he had one choice. He had two choices, but he had to choose one. And if he chose one choice, he could not choose the other one. He could only choose one choice. So he was standing there and he analyzed a lot that which choice should be a better decision. And he was not able to make after certain point of time, because we can only think about our decisions for a limited period of time, not after that. Yes. And undergrowth means that because afterwards it was thickly planted, or it was appealing good. and then he took the other road. Other road means then he took the other choice. Here when we are saying that one road was very much worn out, one road was very much walked on, and then we are talking about the other road in which the people, in which it seems very grassy and in which it has not been worn out, so he took the other road. Other road means he took the choice, he took the decision with which most of the people do not take, because they think that it might be difficult or there might be hurdles in this way, because it was grassy and wanted wear. So he chose the path decision which was less used. And as he was walking on that path, that means that after years or after a period of time after his decision, he saw that that path also had equal amount of hurdles. That means if you choose the simplest one, if you choose the roads which looks less worn out, or if you choose the road which is more worn out, it doesn't make any difference, because at the end of the time you will have to face all the difficulties. Maybe in one road you will have to not face difficulties for a particular period of time, maybe later, but whereas in the other road you have to take the bigger step first, and then there won't be any more hurdles. So they are saying that any decision which you choose has hurdles, has equal amount of difficulties in them at a certain point. Okay, yes, so here we were, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So now he is saying that, as we know, that he saw that there were only footsteps of going forward, there were no footsteps of coming backward, because if you choose a path, if you choose a decision, you cannot undo your decision. You just have to then keep having faith in your decision, in your choice, and keep moving forward in that particular line or in that particular decision. And he is saying that he thought that maybe he would go to the other choice, but if we have two choices and we can only make once, it is not like that the first day I chose this one and the second day I chose this one. If once you have selected, once you have decided, you have to stick to that point, you have to stick to that path. And yet he knew that one way leads to another. So if you have taken a decision, that decision will lead to other decisions and different outcomes for different people. One way is connected to other one, and the other is connected to other, and this is how we ourselves are weaving our future by small decisions which we are taking every day in our every single moments of life. And I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that is made all the difference. So now he's saying that after many years, when he would be successful, when he would have fulfilled the dream of himself, when he would have made something out of himself, then he would just take a sigh. Sigh means, again I repeat, a momentary lapse, when he would go back, when he would think about the past, about the decisions, he would say that I took the path which was less traveled, I took the decisions which people did not generally took, and that particular decision has made me different, and that particular decision has made all of the difference in my life. So you can just go through this glossary, simple word meanings. We just have to look into these. Thinking about the poem, very simple, this is the literal meaning. I think that here and here hot types of question in the part 2 will come from here. Yeah, from here. So we have to answer these questions really carefully, and if you want, you can take help of if this particular quote by Jawaharlal Nehru or this particular line by Jawaharlal Nehru gives you any inspiration for writing these questions. You can take that time is not measured by the passing of years, but by what one does, what one feels, and what one achieves. So this is it for the chapter of The Road Not Taken. If you liked my video, if you understood the whole chapter, guys, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Young Tutor, and please stay tuned for some new videos.